Hey guys, today we are getting started on narrowing our topics for research. Now, as you have already watched the video from Northwestern University about what is research according to students who are researchers, they're moving towards that. We're going to talk a little bit about what research is, and then we're also going to move into narrowing our topic. So let's get started. First off, I've already talked about this with our last video. Research is creating new knowledge, and that's again where we're going with this project. Is we want to create a new knowledge base for you in a topic that maybe you don't know a lot about. Now, I always think this is funny to talk about this, so let's go ahead and just get it out there in the open. So you found it on Wikipedia. That's some solid research you've done there. Guys, Wikipedia is not a place where you can do formal research. Throughout this project, we're going to talk about what informal and formal research is. And you cannot use Wikipedia to do your formal research. Now, if you're just looking up for fun, something, you're looking at maybe a picture of what a Labrador Retriever looks like, and you just want to very quickly look it up, and Wikipedia pops up and you look at that and you get some information from that, that's great. You're not doing a project on it. You're not moving forward with it. You're not going to cite it. You're not going to say, well, this is where I got. This is just very basic information. And so you can use Wikipedia for that. Again, what you cannot use it for is if you're going to create a project, anything with schoolwork, that you cannot use it for any of that. Now, how I start off every single project, we've talked about the research process. What I'm going to do is, instead of making you constantly putting this in your face and having you memorize it, is I'm going to take each time that we meet and I'm going to tell you where we were the last time we talked, where we are today, and then where we're headed next. And that way you can always see it according to these gears. So where were we? We were in our choose category. We were generating possibilities for our project with that nonfiction walk that we just did. But here's the thing, we are in that same place today, because today is where we're going to take that large number of possibilities and we're going to start working on whittling it down to one. So that's what we're doing today. Now, where are we going to head next? The next time I talk to you guys, or the next time we really focus on this, is we're going to start writing level 1 questions for our topic. So that's kind of where we're headed next. Now, so what is research? Now, we talked about, you heard so many different options from the students at Northwestern University about what they believe research is. But I thought this definition was very interesting from the American Vocational Journal. It says, the definition of research is an unusually stubborn and persisting effort to think straight, which involves the gathering and intelligent use of data. Now, what I really want to focus on, a couple of words in here, is stubborn and persisting. Guys, research is not always easy, especially if you're trying to dive down in there and you're really trying to get to the root of a question. Research is not easy. You have to be willing to persist and push through and find what you're looking for. And for some of our topics, it might be you creating that new data. Now, the other part I want to talk about, and we're going to talk more about validity and what is actual real knowledge versus what is the fake news that we're going to talk about, but I want to focus on the intelligent use of data. We can pretty much take anything and perceive it a certain way, but with this, when it comes to research, we need to make sure that we're hearing all sides of what we're talking about. We need to see it from the whole part instead of just one side of it. And we're going to talk more about that later, but I really wanted to focus on that. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump into cleaning out. You have 2 topics per section in your library of nonfiction. So what I want you to do right now, and then I want you to pause the video when I'm done saying this, for round 1, I want you to look at your 2 topics in each section, and I want you to get rid of 1. I want you to go ahead and just cross it out. Don't scribble it out. One single line will work about which one that you know for sure you don't want to do. What if I really want to keep these 2 topics? There's a really good chance that one of these is going to be my thing, and I'm not ready to get rid of them both yet. You need to make sure that you get rid of 2 from another section then. There might be another section in your library that you have no desire to do anything. Let's say if it's a science section, and you're like, nope, I know I'm not doing science. We need to make sure that you can get rid of those. You're essentially taking whatever number you have. Let's say you have 20 topics. I think most of you have more than that, maybe closer to 40, and you're going to split it in half exactly. So if you have 40, you're going to split it down to 20. And so that's how many topics we want left at the end of this cleaning out round 1. Go ahead and pause the video here. Okay, so what if at the bottom of your packet there is a possibility that maybe I or your librarian did not have a book on a specific topic that you really want to do. Maybe I didn't, maybe my books didn't go deep enough and it's more specific and something you want to focus on, or maybe it's somebody that we don't have in our biography section. So at the bottom of your packet, you will see two lines that say other topics. You can actually go in there and write down two topics of things that you possibly want to research that we don't have books on. Now, a couple of tips on this. First off, guys, YouTubers don't usually have books or a lot of data online about them. I've had a lot of students over years want to do a YouTuber, and the only place they can find their information is from the actual YouTube channel, which that is a primary source, mind you, but we want you to be able to dive deeper, and that's not necessarily something you can dive deeper on. The other thing I want to just warn you guys about is religion and mythology. Religion, you are more than welcome to research the history of religion and different aspects like that. What I would not do is research if there is a God, or is this religion something, is it a good religion? What should I do? Also, mythology is guys, it is false. Although people at one point believed in it, anything like that where it's the mythology of something, it is not true. So therefore, a lot of your information, there's stories to tell. A lot of our mythology is in nonfiction. I do understand that, but that is just something that I would suggest. Now, if you choose not to add any to your project, you are not required to add anything to this part. If you think that your topic is already up there, leave everything blank. It is not required that you add two more, or you can only add one if you want to. Just do not add more than two. Pause your video here if you are going to add any to your project. Okay, so again, I always love these little memes about research, not sure if too many ideas or just too lazy to pick one. Well, we are not too lazy. We are going to push through and we are going to narrow it even further. So cleaning out round two. This is a little harder and it might take a little bit more time. Is I am only allowing you to move forward with 5 total topics. They can come from anywhere on your sheet. They can come from any of the sections from the library, or they can come from the section that says the topics that you possibly added. I just want you to keep 5 total topics. This is required that you start with, you finish up on those 5. How you're going to do this on your paper is you're actually going to circle the ones you want to keep, and then we're going to talk about moving. Then the next video, we'll talk about moving them over to your Google website. So right now, 5 total topics.